Hey everyone, welcome to Expansion, a podcast about personal and professional development here at eXp Realty. I'm the founder of eXp Realty and also the host of this podcast. And today I'm excited to speak with Sean Cochran. He's a ICON agent out of Chicago, Illinois. Welcome, Sean.
Glenn, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, it's unique to have you on because you're actually a ICON who started only 4 years ago as an agent, and your first brokerage, only brokerage that
Correct.
you've been a part of, has been EXP. So how's that been? I'm sure a lot of times people get sort of attracted to greener uh, grass, or what the
Sure.
illusion of greener grass. How has been the 4 years at EXP been so far?
It's been great. I've been super happy. This is the first conversation in depth you and I have had. I interviewed with 8 different brokerages before I chose EXP. I was a loan officer for 10 years before I became a realtor. So I kind of knew what I was looking for in a brokerage. And, there's these 100% brokerages and everything in between. But EXP just offered more as far as better comp. The stock was big for me. I've got a family, and the revenue share was another thing. So all the comp, stock, revenue share, and the culture and the community here was something that I couldn't get close to anywhere else, and that's why I chose. And it's been great for me to answer the question. I have no complaints. I get hit up all the time to move, and I just tell them, thank you, but no thank you. And you're going to have to. Wild horses couldn't drag me away.
Awesome. Well, so you were a loan officer. Why the switch from lending to real estate?
Well, I was a loan officer for 10 years, and then I recruited loan officers for 7 years directly before I became a realtor. Now, why the switch? A lot of it had to do with my wife and my family. When I was originating, you know how it goes. One month you make 20 grand, the next month, nothing closes. And so it's a lot of up and down. And we were having a daughter at the time. And my wife said, hey, we need something more consistent, stable, so we can budget better. So that's originally why I stopped lending and got into recruiting loan officers. It was W-2'd,
Right.
salary plus commission, a little more safe. But now that I'm older and more established, being a realtor, real estate agent is right up my alley. And loan officers work hard. It's a lot of headaches. We have headaches as agents, but it's nothing compared to the headaches that loan officers go through. So that's the biggest reason.
Okay. So emotionally, this is a better business.
Oh my, absolutely.
Okay. I've always imagined that loan officers are just sitting back, taking loan apps and collecting checks. That's
Yeah, some of them, but it's a lot of. I mean, if you think about it, let's say you're a very successful or you're a very good agent, and let's say you're doing 5 deals a month. Now, for an agent, that's amazing. Where I have loan originator friends that are doing 30, 40 deals a month. Now, they have teams and people to help them, but tracking down income and docs and all that for maybe 20, 30, 40 people if you're good. I mean, and dealing with that many personalities at the same time, it can get to you. So I'll take being an agent all day, every day, twice on Sunday. I love my loan officer people, but I wouldn't trade places with them for the world again.
okay. Well, good to know. Now you're also a bit of a social media guy, right?
I try to be.
Now, how is that working in your business? Is that how do you generate a fair bit of business that way?
I do. I would say most of, if not all of, my business comes from social media or referrals. I started out on Facebook was my main thing, um, and I've only been an agent, 3 years, 8 months, give or take, 10 months maybe. So I figured the best way to get in front of the most people possible, for me, wasn't going to be door knocking. wasn't going to be, going to like golf tournaments and all that. The best way to get in front of as many people as possible would be social media, or in my case, Facebook. So I just started posting all the time about renters versus buyers, about why you should sell your home, just over and over and over. And as my social media following grew, people would reach out and say, "Hey, you know what, Sean? I'd like to see if I can buy a home." I made a slogan. It's "Stop making your landlord rich," and a hashtag SMYLLR. And I started using those everywhere. Stop making your landlord rich. Stop making your landlord rich. Because I was a buyer's guy originally. And then all of a sudden, I get a lot of inboxes and people reaching out and saying, "You know what, Sean? You've been saying it all the time. How can I, see if we qualify?" And then I started making a lot of videos. My first video, my first popular video, I took a Garth Brooks song, which I'm sure you've seen that video, and changed the lyrics into real estate lyrics. And it did very well. It went viral. It has a couple of million views on Facebook. It got me on the news, got me on National Association of Realtors magazine, a couple of other publications. So that's when my social media really started to take off. And then my daughter, who was 14 at the time, introduced me to TikTok. And so I started doing real estate videos. Took a while, right? For a while, I only had 40 followers. Then on New Year's Eve, 2020 going into 2021, I made a video about USDA on TikTok. It was a 60-second video talking about USDA mortgages, no money down, this type of thing. And I woke up to 30,000 followers. And since then, it's been amazing. So my TikTok has about 325,000 followers now. I'm doing speaking engagements with EXP and with other organizations talking about branding and social media. So that's my thing. It's how I get most of my business, Glenn. And it's worked out well for me.
Awesome. So I'm curious, the video, the Garth Brooks video, how much like that one, it was a really well produced video.
Thank you.
And there's been other agents that have done similar kinds of videos.
Sure.
And they all seem to get a fair bit of traction.
Yes.
At least my view is. So how much work was it to build that whole thing out? Have you done more videos that way? And do those videos convert, or do they just build an audience?
So few questions. How much work was it to do the video? So, and I won't go into too much detail. I know we're limited on time, but the first thing you do is you have to have the song you want to, parody. So you pick whatever song you like. And then what I do is I get the lyrics to that song and stick them on the screen, and then, open up a Word document, and I just, change the lyric to my own, pretty much word for word on my document. Second thing I do is find an instrumental to that song. And third thing I do is go to the studio. I have a recording studio near my house. It's a professional studio. It's called The Nook. And, you record it. Now, if you can't sing, I can't sing. That's the magic of the studio. So you go in there. It takes about an hour or so to record the song. So now you've got the audio, right? You've got the lyrics. Then you have to find a videographer that not only knows how to shoot a video, but to edit a music video. I had a young kid who's a popular young man around here where I live. And he shoots, rap videos and this type of thing. I give him a call. I said, "I got a crazy idea. I want to shoot a country song." He laughed initially. But I said, "Don't worry about that. I've got money. You come and shoot it." So he came. And I have to write a storyboard, the scenes. So you write the scenes first. And really, when you're shooting the videos, Glenn, you're really just filming the scenes. The song gets dubbed on top. So I have to write about 30 different scenes. And we just shoot the scenes. You lay the music on top, and there you go, right? So that's how much work went into it. Does it get a lot of traction? Yeah. Millions. I think I'm over 10 million views with all my videos. It really helps recognition-wise with other agents in my market, other agents nationwide, other agents at EXP. When I go to EXP events, everybody knows me. And it helps me in negotiations. I know I've gotten deals done because the other agent knew who I was from my social media. I'm not saying they picked my deal solely because of that, but I know it's helped my clients, right? Uh, because I'm popular with other agents, and maybe they give my deals a sharper look, right? I'd like to say, and I get a benefit of the doubt in a lot of situations. So it really helps, and clients love it. I got a referral from an EXP agent just this week. When I called the referral, she says, "I know who you are. I follow you on TikTok. We want you to list our house." It was great. So it does work. It gets a lot of traction, and it just helps your overall brand in the long run to help you, I believe, be a stronger representative of your clients.
Now, how many music videos have you done? Is just the one, or have you done some other
I
ones?
think I've got 5. I don't make me name them, but I've got. I just finished one 2 weeks ago. It's got 250,000 views in 14 days. It's doing very well. So I think I have 5 total.
Okay. And so this has been it's a unique strategy, and I guess the question is, if with the right temperament of agent, obviously there's work involved, there's a budget to actually get the video
Yes.
done, but then once the video is done, if it's got those viral qualities, it kind of just creates its own sort of marketing engine, I suspect.
It does, and it's fun. Our job is not easy, right? And if it were easy, everybody would do it. As you know, I don't want to quote statistics to you about the number of realtors who actually, quote unquote, make it. But it's okay to work hard, and it's okay to have a little fun as well. I think the type of client that wants to work with me also wants an agent with a little bit of sense of humor, knows their business, can talk business when it's time, but it's okay to let loose a little bit and have a little fun as long as it's within the bounds of good taste, right? We're not cursing or anything like this. It's just good, clean, and who doesn't like good country music, right? So it's fun, it helps, and yes, it does create its own engine of leads. My KV core and my Facebook inbox, they're packed. So I do a lot of referring out, right? I get a lot of messages from people all over the country. Now I'm only licensed in Illinois. So what do? I go into EXP Workplace. We've got that big referral group. For those of you who don't know, we've got a referral group within EXP. There's got to be 30,000 agents in there. And if you have a referral, you say, "Hey, I'm looking for an agent in Kalamazoo." And then any agent in Kalamazoo can chime in, and you can dish them a referral and, take your referral fee. So it generates a lot of referral business for me, where I'm really just dishing the names out. The agent does the running around, you understand, and then when the deal closes, I can make a couple bucks and everybody's happy.
Awesome. Now, do you have another CRM, or is KV Core? You mentioned Facebook as well.
Sure. KV Core is my main one. I mean, Facebook is just, they inbox me on Facebook. I get a
Right.
lot of inboxes on TikTok. It's insanity. Um,
Do you have an
one of the
assistant
days,
that helps manage this, all your inbox?
no, I don't. I have an assistant for my deals here through the program here. And the reason I don't, first of all, I need one. It's an area of improvement for me. But I'm paranoid about giving my social media access to somebody, because if they blow it somehow, I could get banned, right? And so I'm trying to figure out a way to do that. I know there's a way. I haven't figured it out yet. When I do, and I can get those leads directly to an assistant or some type of team that they can follow up with them, it's and I don't want to speculate on numbers, but I don't know what my potential is at that point, because I have so many people reach out, and I try to get to them all, but I can't get to them all as expeditiously as I would like. So I work every day to try to figure that out, so I can do
Okay.
that better.
Yeah. No. Thought comes to mind. There's a platform called the Bot Platform, that actually can automate your Facebook inbox. So you could, and and I'm sure you've seen some of it, but you can have them kind of self-select and say what they're interested in, and kind of have them go
Oh,
into
sure.
a different follow-up plan. So I
Yeah.
don't know if that's something
I've seen it. I would like them to talk to a person. I know I can't have everything, but when someone reaches out and within, let's say, a day, they can physically speak to someone, you just can't beat that with a hammer. And again, all I want to do is just dish those out to agents, EXP agents around the country, and then, all of us can bear benefit from it.
Right. So what would be one last thing we'll do before we close here, but what would be one piece of advice you would give to agents? What would it be?
Give more of yourself to your audience, to your sphere, to your friends and family, to your social media world. I think that agents have two main complaints or main hangups when it comes to social media. I hate how I look. I don't know what to say. You look how you look, right? You are as God made you, right? So that is what it is. I promise you, you are more worried about it than your potential audience. Get out there and tell your story of real estate. Tell your story of credit or of houses or how you can help investors. But we have all this knowledge as realtors. And I think our main flaw is that we don't share it enough. Glenn, there's people that still think you need 20% down to buy a home. There's people that still think you need a 720 credit score to buy a home. It's not true. We know it's not true, but a lot of the general public doesn't. So the one advice I have for you is don't worry about how you look. Don't worry about being all pretty or handsome and stumbling over your words. It's okay to be genuine. Stick your phone against your toaster or against your printer and talk to your audience. Give more of yourself to your audience. I promise you will reap the benefits. That's my advice.
Awesome. Well, great stuff, Sean. I'm going to go back and watch your videos. I'm going to see what. Send me a link to the.
Yeah, I will.
Because I definitely love to watch the creativity in these videos. Where can people find you, Sean?
So you can find me on Facebook. It's just Sean Cochran, broker realtor, EXP Realty. Find me on TikTok. It's at the Cowboy of Real Estate. And Instagram is the same thing, at the Cowboy of Real Estate. But if you just type in Sean Cochran, EXP Realty in Google, you're going to get all you want of me and then some. So I'm very not hard to find. And for EXP employees, of course, just hit me up on Workplace. I'll be more than happy to chit chat with you, if time allows. And for the general public, just find me on one of those social media platforms, and I will try my best to make your life just a little bit easier.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Sean. And thanks everyone for listening in. This has been a fun conversation. Have a great day wherever you're at, and talk to you soon.
Thank you for having me.